everybody. Today I'm going to be going over Business Manager and business settings within Business Manager. This is going to show you how to add people to Business Manager, add pages, add ad accounts, and add pixels, as well as connect them. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and select the Business Manager. You guys will probably only have one. I have access to several others. This is my primary, and you can access it by going to business.facebook.com, or you can go to your Facebook profile, click on the drop down, and you're going to see Manage Ads. This is how you know if you have an existing ad account, if you see this right here. And then you have Business Manager accounts. So I would be able to click See More, select the one I'm about to show you. But if you only have one, it's going to show up right here. Otherwise, business.facebook.com. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this Business Manager account. And I'm going to go to Business Settings. The first thing we see is people. So the first thing that I would say is that I highly encourage you to add all of your team members at once, but also add a backup admin to this Business Manager. That could be a husband, a wife, boyfriend or girlfriend that you trust, a child, a colleague that you've known forever, a friend. It doesn't matter, but you do want to make sure that the relationship is pretty stable and that, again, you simply trust them. And that is really because several things can happen in Business Manager. With your ad account, you can also just have an ad account disabled, even if it's not in Business Manager. But we could run into our Business Manager being disabled. Everything that is done in terms of ad rejection, disabled ad accounts, disabled Business Manager accounts, or personal restrictions to your account access, which that has happened to me several times, it's all done through AI and bots. So it's not really done based on the human observation factor, which means that most of the time it was done out of error. I've never had any ad accounts that were not reinstated or that were disabled permanently for my own causes. So the one time I was not able to get some of our ad accounts back up, we were hacked. So what happened was someone gained access to my personal Facebook profile. They were able to go to my Business Manager, meaning they had access to all my ad accounts and all of our financial information to be able to run their own ads. They set up campaigns in every single one of our accounts that had dozens of ad sets spending $50 a day. So we had spent $4,000 in 1 hour. So I had caught it an hour after they went live. Even still, obviously, that got reported as spam a lot because they were very spammy ads. It was very spammy. So even though to me, it seemed obvious that it was like a hacked ad, people still reported that. Most of our ad accounts got back up. We did get all the money refunded, but some of those went back down. Okay. They never got back up. So in that event, the first thing you would want to do before that ever happens is set up two-factor authentication. This is actually my backup account, so I never actually use this. It's only there in case my personal advertising access gets disabled. And so if you're using it based on your real personal profile, you need to make sure that that is set up. The next thing I will say is that you may want to have a backup ad account or a backup Business Manager account with your details in there. It's not 100% necessary, but ultimately it depends on how serious you are about running ads. So for me, I have a salesperson and I keep my salesperson busy. I don't want our ad account to be shut down for several days, not running ads where people aren't booking calls, which is going to prevent her from hitting the numbers that she wants to hit for her own personal income. If you have a team of people that rely on leads, that rely on walk-in traffic, that rely on the phone ringing, when you have your ads working consistently, it's going to be noticeable when they're not there. And because of that, very little downtime will happen if you do have some of these backup measures in place. The next thing that you would want to do is obviously add people. So add their email address, toggle on admin access if they want full access or employee access. You definitely want to notify someone when you gave them access because it is not always easy to find those notifications from Facebook. In theory, it should go to their email, but sometimes it goes to spam. Sometimes they will just miss it altogether. But if they're looking for it, they're more likely to get it. And they also should get a notification in Facebook as long as that email address is the email that's connected to their personal Facebook page. They can still join your business manager through that email, even if it's not, but they will be required to log in. Once you have added someone, you will want to add ad accounts and pages. So as you can see here, some of my ad accounts right here. If I wanted to assign something to myself or to my team member after I have added the pages and ad accounts, I would go to add assets. When you see assets, that's what it's usually talking about. Pages, ad accounts. I would be able to select the page, scroll down to where it says admin access, and I'm going to turn this toggle on. That's the only one I need to do. And I'd hit save changes. Okay, you can do all of them at once if you want to, which is what I suggest. And that means that you're going to go to pages and you are going to request a page. So if you own this page, if this is your business page, you can just add it. It's going to pull that in there as like a primary business page in Business Manager. It's going to be very difficult for you to get that page out into someone else's Business Manager account, and it will actually transfer ownership to you. So if it is not your page, request access to a page is what you're going to want to click on. You can simply type in the name of the page. It's already in there, so we have a little error. Going to switch on manage page, and you're going to request access from there. It is virtually the same thing with having ad accounts, but we'll go into that in a second. If you want to add people to the page, which again, I'd encourage you to add any pages and any ad accounts first, then go back up to people and add everything all at once. But if I want to add somebody after the fact, I would go to this page, click, toggle, and assign. If you want to remove someone or remove a page, you can also do that too. In order to remove a person from a page, we would delete this. In order to remove the page from our Business Manager, we would click here. So this is my ad account ID. If I wanted to assign partners, I could either get a link to share this page with a partner. So a partner could be an advertising agency potentially, or maybe it's a real business partner, somebody that's going to have whatever access that you give to them. Okay. But that's me giving someone else access to my page, not getting access of a page. If we go to ad accounts, same process. You want to add an ad account if this is yours. You want to request access with the ad account ID, which is that number right above there, if you don't have it. You can always go ahead and ask them to do these steps, and it's going to tell you how to do that right there. So very similar. You can deactivate it. You can delete access from there. Once you have those things in place, you're going to go back to people. And again, I would say, we're going to add assets. I would select all the pages I want to give someone, all the ad accounts I want to give someone. And then at the same time, I could select the manage page. And then I would go to add account and select manage ad account. So that way you know that you're giving someone access to everything that they need all at once. It's great to do when you first set it up, but you can also add people after the fact. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to data sources and pixels. So if you have a pixel that you want to add into Business Manager, this is not the step that you take. This is actually creating a pixel when you click on add. If you do want to gain access to a pixel, you can request access, but you are really just going to want that person to give you admin access to the actual pixel. Okay, once you have admin access, you can then add that pixel to other places. So now if I click add assets, I'm actually selecting the ad account that I would like this pixel to be associated with. So that's how you're going to connect a pixel to an actual ad account. It's going to make it so much easier because you're going to be able to have that as a default whenever you go to create an ad. You're not going to have an automatic drop down, and it makes life so much more simple. So if you don't have an ad account, you must create an ad account first, typically. However, if you want to go ahead and create it in Business Manager, if it'll let you, go right ahead. This is really ideal for people who have